Welcome to The Simplest, the podcast where we drink wine and count down our top 5 favorites of all the things. The Simplest does contain spoilers as well as explicit content, so please keep this in mind as you're listening at work, in your car, with your kids, wherever. The Simplest does not claim ownership of any sound clips used in this episode, as any clips are owned by the original copyright holders. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Crap. Sorry about that. Take two. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Simplest, the podcast where Amanda drops shit on her desk. At least I didn't fall. That's, you know what? I'll take it. So yeah, this is the podcast where we drink wine and talk about our top 5 favorites of all the things. And we are wrapping up our celebration of Women's History Month, which I'm super excited about. And one of our guests came up with this topic, so I'm pretty excited about it. So I will introduce them first. Josh from Toontastic Journeys, and of course, newest member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. What's up, buddy?
Hey everybody, thanks for having me on. I am super stoked to discuss our top 5 animated female characters. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. As you know, being the host of Toontastic Journey, I love cartoons and animation, and so I had a fun time making this list.
I had a hard time with this list, like narrowing it down. I mean,
Making
it was easy.
Oh, the honorable mention part is going to be ridiculous because there's so many.
So many. And then we are also joined by Kendra, another network member from Crushgasm, which I'm ready to make another appearance on anytime you want me. Hi, Kendra.
Hello. Excited to be here and talk about cartoons, as always. I love cartoons. So. Yay. Excited.
I'm actually surprised you're not wearing a cartoon shirt. You still got
I went out to dinner. I wore Chippendale. A Chippendale dress to work, and then I changed to go out to eat.
Yes. Very cute. I realized I don't have any cartoon shirts. I went to look, and I don't. I have one that's a shirt of it's animated versions of them. It's Frankenstein's monster and wife of Bride of Frankenstein, and they're doing the Dirty Dancing lift, and it's drawn like a cartoon, but it's not really a cartoon. And then I have a Pac-Man shirt somewhere, but I couldn't find it.
So I have to admit, as much as I love cartoons, I don't have a lot of cartoon t-shirts either. But mostly it's because I don't have a fashion sense. Like, it's all utility for me. So when I go shopping for shirts, I'm just like, that color's okay. That looks nice and comfortable. And I grab it, and I'm like, I should probably buy more t-shirts.
Me too. You need to invest in yourself.
Right?
I will go. I love giving mall makeovers. That is my favorite thing to do. I like to play what not to wear with people and like take them and show them their style. I'm very good at it.
Well,
if you come to Portland, I might have to take you up on that because your boy has no fashion whatsoever.
I told my best friend to wear more green because it would bring out her eyes. That girl wore green for a very long time. It's like, oh dang.
That's hilarious.
But 10 years of watching What Not to Wear.
Yeah. I forgot about that show. My whole wardrobe is t-shirts now. I have so many more t-shirts, and it's just all novelty t-shirts, but most of them are horror or music related. So I have to say.
Okay.
Or this one, girls just want to have fundamental human rights. I had to wear that for today.
How many Taylor shirts do you have?
I actually only have 2.
Wow, I am shocked. How many Friends t-shirts do you have?
I only have two Friends shirts, surprisingly.
Ah.
I think. Yeah. I have two Friends shirts. I have three Taylor shirts because one I made. I have a lot of horror shirts.
Mm.
Um, and then I have a lot of sports team shirts, OU and the Thunder. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I have another shirt like this one that's for fall that says pumpkin spice and reproductive rights.
Nice.
I love wearing that to my local Kroger. Always gets people in a tizzy.
I bet.
I live in the Bible Belt, in case you guys don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, you're in Texas, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I am in one of the
scary.
conservative capitals of the world, and yeah.
Bet you can relate to Sheldon a lot when he would come visit his mom.
Yeah. It's kind of funny though because we do have like groups of us in our neighborhood. Like we have a Facebook page it's called some guy on it. So what like neighborhood like next door post or
Oh.
whatever
Mm-hmm.
said all the leftists in the neighborhood were in some kind of secret cabal. So we made a Facebook page called the Secret Leftist Cabal.
Oh, that is
Like,
great.
yeah, we're all witches because we,
Oh,
want our kids to be able to read books. Like,
how dare you?
I know it's just the worst. Anyway, so yes, we are here to talk about our top five favorite female animated characters, and we included TV and movies, which made it even doubly hard. That's what she said. Um, And so, everybody that's watching live, thank you, first of all. Second of all, if you're watching on Twitter or X and you want to comment with us, if you go to the Sipless Facebook page, your comments will show up and we can interact with you. If you don't want to do that, no worries. So, before we get to our top five, first, Josh, are you sipping on anything tonight?
I am. I am enjoying a lovely can. Well, you probably can't see 'cause it's the light, but it's the Arizona Hard Iced Tea in the peach flavor.
Ooh, okay. I didn't even know they had those.
Yeah, they have it in peach, lemon, and they have the green tea variety, and they are really good.
I don't know about green tea alcohol. I feel like that would be kind of weird, but who knows?
The lemon's great.
I could see that. The Sonic seltzers are like my favorite seltzers right now because you guys, you don't have Sonic in Oregon, do you?
We do,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm sad though because Portland proper, Portland metro area, they don't have it. They're in the outskirts like Beaverton, Hillsborough, kind of
Mm.
our suburbs, because Portland has a ban on styrofoam. And as you know, to keep
Oh,
their slushy drinks nice and cool, you gotta have that
Mm.
styrofoam. Yeah, so
yeah.
when I lived in Beaverton, I used to happy hour and go get me slushes all the time, and I miss it because it's far and I don't want to travel to Beaverton.
Yeah, I don't blame you. The half price drinks are nice, but
Hmm.
I'm with them on. I'm with you on the styrofoam. I'm like, can y'all use something recyclable? But I also get it. You're trying to have a milkshake or a slush, and you want it to stay cold. But
Hmm.
yeah. Kendra, what about you? What do you have over there?
Just water, but I had a margarita earlier. It's delicious.
One whole margarita, you rebel.
I
So
know.
I will be right back. I ordered food and thought we'd get here
Okay,
in time, and it didn't. So excuse me for a
that's
minute.
cool. We're just gonna riff till he comes back.
And I went to my favorite Indian restaurant. It's so good. I think it's the best place here in Columbus. It's so
Interesting.
mm,
I am not
love
really a
Indian.
fan of Indian food.
No.
It's because I don't like really spicy stuff. I think that's
If
what it
you get
is.
it like level 1, you'll be fine. Like I do level 3, and that's pushing it. My husband goes to 4, and I think goes all the way to 6 at this place. So I'm scared to go
Wow.
above. Yeah, 3 is like, whoo,
Yeah.
refill the water immediately.
Well, milk is what you should be
Mm.
drinking for the
Oh,
spiciness.
I
Ugh.
hate milk. It's
I
so dis
do too.
it's once you go like almond milk or something like an alternative, you can't go back. You're like, ugh, there's a
Yeah.
smell to it. I use it for baking, and like we didn't I wanted cereal one night, and I was like, oh, it's all we have. And I was like, it tastes like vomit. It's so gross. I hate it.
If
Like
it's
that.
in,
Oh, go ahead.
okay.
I was gonna
No,
say that when Home Alone, when he drinks the milk with the pizza, that's the grossest thing I've
it's
ever
so
Oh,
seen.
nasty. Like who does that? I don't understand. Like, I
That's
cannot understand people who sit
disgusting.
down and drink a glass of milk,
Yeah.
especially whole milk. It's like
Hmm.
drinking glue. Maybe not.
Mm.
It's so thick. Like I can only drink milk if it's chocolate milk or if I'm having something really, really sweet like
Yeah,
chocolate cake or
cake
like
or something.
chocolate
Yeah.
cookies or like whatever.
That's why I
Um,
said only with the dessert.
Ooh,
Anything
cereal
else?
milk. Yes.
yeah, cereal. Oh, Fruity
Yeah.
Pebbles cereal milk
Mm.
is the best.
Oh, the kids get like the tricks and stuff. It's just the smell. That synthetic fruit smell is just like over. You're like, oh, oh, I just want
Tricks
to
and
dive
Fruit
in.
Loops. You're like, oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, well, CJ says this is serendipitous. My internet just came back on, and you guys are what popped up. So thank you for watching. And yeah, I'm
Yeah, CJ, that's my
always
co-host with the most.
serendipitous. My dad says bourbon for the win. I'm assuming that's what you were drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday was International Whiskey Day, but I don't drink
Ooh,
bourbon or whiskey, so
yeah, I should have had some whiskey.
yeah. And yes, CJ's milk is thick and gross unless after cereal. I do 1% milk, so it's not thick, but for baking, sometimes you have to have whole milk, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with all this milk?
The little
But anyway,
tiniest little.
Yeah, you get the pint,
yeah,
them little school milk things, you know.
yes, and I have to have milk with Oreos. I put them in the freezer, and then I dunk them, and they're really good.
Yeah, milk and
I want some
cookies.
Oreos now.
Yeah,
That's my favorite cookie. Oh,
mine too. Besides my own homemade chocolate chip cookies, which I will
yeah.
say are the best, but
If they're baked, home goods as well. If you can bake, your home like bake's gonna be better than an Oreo. But that
yeah.
Oreo taste,
And the cream filling, and you dip it in the milk. Have you ever tried
Oh
them
boy,
frozen?
I have
no,
not, but I'm gonna have to after
yeah.
hearing you talk about it.
Yeah, you need to. But if you eat them that way, you do have to do it with milk, or you'll hurt your teeth.
Oh, okay.
Got you.
So,
That
yeah.
sounds like when I used to eat Pop Tarts frozen.
What?
Yeah, that's a
Well, when they
little
came out with
room
the hot,
temp.
they came out with the hot fudge sundae one, and their whole thing is, "Hey, try it frozen." And so I
Uh,
tried that, and it was all right. And so then
Oh,
from
okay.
I
then
had to
on.
try all the different flavors. And so every now and then I'll pop one in the freezer and eat it. And you do have to dunk it in like milk or something because yeah, it gets really hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does frozen cardboard taste like?
You know what though? I will admit, there's just some. As much as I love toaster strudels and prefer those,
Yeah.
every now and then I just have to give me a strawberry pop tart. And then of
Well,
course I eat around all the edges of the crust until there's nothing
oh,
left but just the
absolutely.
frosting.
No,
Yeah.
I love the crust.
Oh, I enjoy it when I eat around it, but then I have just
I
the
break it
frosting.
off. I break
I
it
do
off and
too,
eat
and
it
I eat it
last.
first. Oh,
Oh,
I eat
interesting.
it first, but yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I am drinking some sparkling rosé, the cupcake
Ooh.
sparkling rosé,
Oh, that's the
and
good.
yeah, oh yeah, cupcake, very good. All their wines are good, very reasonably priced, and oh, please sponsor me, Cupcake or 19 Crimes. I keep begging them, but yeah. Oh no, CJ, Mega Stuffed Oreos,
Yo,
absolute best. I've never had one.
No,
really?
it made
Oh,
me. I love Oreo, but those made me sick. Like,
Maybe they're
cause
too
we were
much.
like, let's eat like all of them. I guess that was the wrong choice, but yeah, after a whole pack,
see,
splitting
this is
that
why
between
this is
two.
my really good friend because he's a fat boy like me,
Mhm.
and we think very similar. And the only thing worse than that though is they had a pack of Oreos that came out. It was like mega stuffed, and literally it was just like a row of the cookies and then a
Yeah, it was
big
like,
giant thing of the cream in the middle that you could do your own cream. And I
oh,
just sat there and ate spoonful and spoonful of cream
So
like nachos.
it's like that's America right
oh
there.
yeah, yeah,
America.
for sure. I
Uh,
mean, I'm chubby too. But I'm more of give me carbs. Like I don't want cookies and
bread,
sweets. I want pasta and bread and wine
Mm.
bread.
and red meat. Like so,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
that
I'll
all
never
sounds
be
good.
like super tiny because it's like I like the idea of diet or exercise, not diet and exercise because I can't do both.
Hmm.
I can't
I
com-
can't either.
you do
Like
one or the
no,
other, and it's
no
not going to be
thanks.
diet. I'll tell you that. 'Cause I like
Exactly. I
See, the
save my
key
calories for wine.
key is moderation. And so I eat my sweets and my carbs in moderation. I exercise in moderation.
There you go. So CJ says, I ate just the cream one time, never again. Yeah,
It's not
Too
good.
much.
when you're 12, that's fine. When you're 30 or 40, that's
Like,
like
whew. Out of
you're gonna
breath.
hurt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, before we do our top five, we are gonna do some sip libs. And this
Yeah.
one is called Super Heroines in the Land of Blank.
Oh, how
So
fitting.
I am guessing the first one, since it's a fictional place, will be the land of where they're at, but CJ said moderation is for the weak. Like, mercy is for the weak. Oh, it's so funny. So Shanna is watching Grey's Anatomy for the first time, and it
Oh,
was so I'm watching it with her, like here and there. I'm like certain episodes. I'm like, okay, you have to wait for me. We were watching it earlier. But it's funny. Dre said in our chat the other day, he's like, "Oh, nepo baby." I don't know what that means
Mhm.
because right before that, we had watched an episode of Grey's Anatomy where Jackson's mom's on there, and she's like, "Nepotism is for the weak." And he was like, "That's what my birthday
wow.
card. That's what my birthday cards always said." I'm like, "That's funny." Okay, anyway.
That really is.
All right, Josh, I'm going to let you start with a fictional place.
Hmm. A fictional place. I'm gonna go with Barbie Land.
Ooh, I thought you were going to pick something Star Trek related. Whew.
I love Star Trek, but it's not Star Trek all the time.
Okay, okay. Kendra, a name.
Penelope.
That's a pretty one. Okay, a cartoon show for me. I'm going to say South Park.
Nice.
Josh, a name.
Ooh, I have a good one. Hester.
Oh, like Hester Prynne? Like
Yeah,
Scarlet Letter? Okay.
yeah. We'll go with that.
Okay, cool. Kendra, a cartoon show.
Rescue Rangers.
Nice.
Chip in.
An adjective has to be certifiably fuckable, so we'll go to the next one for me. A noun. I'm gonna say Thor's hammer because I just watched that episode of Big Bang Theory where the girls are arguing about Thor's hammer, and that was really funny.
That was great.
That was a really good episode. And I had seen a clip of it before on TikTok, but watching the whole episode, it was really funny. Josh, a noun.
My prosthetic leg.
Ooh. Okay, Kendra, an adjective.
um, Gorgina.
Gorgina.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I call my dog. Gorgina. So
Aw.
Gorgina.
Okay, I said this. I say this every time. Every time I do one of these, there's a new one that I've never seen on here before. Thanks, Kevin. This says a skilled activity.
Oh,
I'm gonna say brain surgery.
oh yeah. That takes a lot of
Yeah.
skill.
Thinking like archery.
I know, me too. Or fencing. Brain surgery.
It's a hobby.
The most skilled of all the skills.
I mean, I could have said crocheting, I guess. But
No, I like it.
Like
okay.
aspirational.
I mean, brain surgery has to be one of the most skilled of activities. At
Yeah.
least I would fucking hope so.
Right?
I really do.
Yeah, really, please. Josh, a cartoon villain's name.
Mufasa. Wait, no, Mufasa wasn't villain.
Mufasa was
Yeah, he
Scar.
was Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Scar. That's
He's
what I
a
was thinking.
murderer. He was
Yeah,
murdered.
Scar, not Mufasa.
Yeah,
I was
Scar.
thinking of Dr. Claw for some reason.
As soon as I said it, I was like, wait, I got that wrong.
Victim
Kendra,
blaming.
yeah. Oh, an adjective, Kendra.
Um. Well, that describes. Yeah. Sprightly? No, that's a verb.
No, sprightly can be,
Could be isn't it? Like they
an
look
adjective,
sprightly. Okay.
like you're very sprightly today, or I don't know. Okay. An object. Um, Microphone. I don't know. Josh, a noun. Are you reading CJ's comment going, how do I do this?
A little bit, but you know what? Emissary.
Oh, okay. Kendra, verb ending in ing.
Coming. There you
Okay. Verb ending in ed for me. I'm going to say fucked.
go.
Um, Josh, an adjective.
um, boy.
Oh, CJ says sprightly is a proper noun.
Okay.
Proper noun.
I'm like, is it?
No, no, proper boy. No,
Ferocious.
Ferocious. Sprightly can also mean like
uh,
happy
Like
or
life.
like like
they're sprightly.
in a good mood. Okay. Kendra, favorite food.
Ooh, pasta.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And last one for me, a favorite drink. I will say cupcake sparkling rosé.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Sponsor me. Wink, wink. Okay, here we go. Superheroes in the land of Barbie Land. Once upon a time in Barbie Land, female cartoon character Penelope from South Park and Hester from Rescue Rangers met up for a certifiably fuckable adventure. The striking Penelope, renowned for her Thor's hammer and devoted prosthetic leg, teamed up with sassy Hester, acclaimed for her Georgina wit and brain surgery expertise. They discovered Scar, who had a sprightly plan to take over the Barbie Land world using a powerful microphone. That bitch. With their combined emissary and coming techniques,
Oh, jeez.
Penelope and Hester challenge the villain. During the epic battle, Penelope used her Thor's hammer, and Hester showcased her brain surgery, turning the tide in their favor. They fucked the Scar and saved Barbie Land. Of course. The ferocious duo then celebrated with a pasta feast and a toast of cupcake sparkling rosé, their laughter echoing across the triumphant land.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I mean, I don't really want to watch two girls, fuck Scar into submission, but
Yeah, you're kind of getting to that somewhat illegal territory at that point.
yeah, like
There's people though that they love people love Scar, like they find him attractive, and the lion from like 1.5 or 2, whatever. Like, yeah, people. The love for the Lion King characters is wild.
Oh, yeah.
Scar just looks dirty to me. Like he'd have to
Like
double bag
mange.
it before I'd even go. Yes,
He is mange.
he is mangy. So CJ said Grey's Anatomy is an amazing show. Yes, it is. And yeah, sorry that Josh didn't get your words in there.
Hey, I got emissary, so
okay.
that's basically Cisco. I did you as good as I could do, CJ.
Scar got game? No, I don't think so. I mean,
It's like Scar is aspirational.
he looks like he has fleas.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah. All right. Well, we are doing top 5 female animated characters.
All right.
So I know Kendra and I both kind of said in the group chat that we narrowed only one Disney character to our top 5, and that was extremely difficult. But I'm excited to see what we all have. Josh said before we started that he didn't include any anime characters so as not to give us ideas for next Tuesday's draft.
I had to keep something close to the chest. So honestly, if I was doing this list, I probably would only put like maybe one in there. So it's not very different.
Okay, cool. All right, well, Josh, you start with your number 5.
So for my number 5, I went with Fiona from Shrek.
Aww.
Yeah, she's a
My number
fierce
four.
independent woman, and I just love the fact that instead of giving us the typical princess character, we got her who ended up being a great fit for Shrek,
Mhm.
and showing him that beauty is skin deep and that she didn't need his help to be saved. If anything, he needed her because she saved him. And so I think she's a
Mhm.
great female character. Um, and I just love Shrek in general.
Agreed. And in Shrek Forever After, she was such a badass. Like
Yes, she was.
I was here for it. Just she was so fierce. Um, we used to do it with our other cat, but now we do it with this one.
Hmm.
When he's like, it's just Shrek walks in, he's like, Puss, you got so fat antsy. But then she's always like, now who's a pretty kitty? And I say that all the time to my cat in her voice. I'm like, now who's a pretty kitty?
Your cats must have a ton of fun.
Yeah. And Hercules Scar was a beaten throw rug, as he should be. That's not that I believe in scalping animals for their skin, but Scar I wouldn't mind.
He had it coming,
Yeah.
He
Well,
did.
especially
I
after what he did to Mufasa.
yeah. Long live the king.
He traumatized so many young kids, made
Yes.
so many of us
Like,
cry,
Yes.
and adults.
Well, I had Fiona as my number four, so I'm actually going to throw somebody else in my number four spot so I can talk about somebody different, but fully on
Yeah.
board with Fiona. Kendra, do you have Fiona?
no.
Okay,
Mm-mm. That's a good.
sweet. Well, what is your number four
My number 4,
or
5.
five? Sorry,
Like, wait, what?
sorry, I'm looking at my list.
Um, I went with Goo. She's from Foster's Home for Imaginary
Mm.
Friends. She's a little
Oh,
black girl that wears overalls. She's really dorky. I just love her. I identify with her so much. And
oh,
John Krasinski totally stole his idea for If from that show. Yep, yep, yep.
really?
I mean, if you watch the
Hmm.
show, it's basic concept like when you grow up, your imaginary friends need somewhere to go, and that's what Foster's Home is. Like she runs a Foster's
Okay.
Home, and then that's what If is. He's like trying to have them like have a place. And I was like, right when I saw the trailer, I was like, Foster, same great, and it's a great cartoon. Great, can't recommend it enough.
I know
I'll
in the
have to see
comments
it.
for that trailer on YouTube, there were so many people being like, "They're ripping off Foster's."
But
Yeah,
I think it's still going to be really cute. I am
Oh
excited
yeah,
to
I
see
think
it.
so
I'm
too.
excited too.
Mhm.
But it's interesting
But
because the
good.
stuff I read said he's had this idea like brewing for a while. So it's like, did he take it from the show? Like, I don't know.
Mm. The
And yes,
one.
CJ Disney makes us all cry all the time. I'm with you.
Mm.
Yeah.
What is that? Do you know where that show's streaming? Because I've never even heard of it.
I don't know
I
what
will
Cartoon
find out
Network
for you
streams.
and let
Yeah.
you know
I can
before we're
find
done.
out. Okay, I have the Just Watch app, so it's pretty easy to look. But
It's Cartoon Network, so I'm pretty sure it's on Max.
okay,
Oh, okay.
cool.
Then there you go. So cute.
Okay, I'll have to
And
check it out.
you'll love Coco. She's a crazy.
Okay.
It's not sweet.
All right. Well, for my number five, I went with a show that I watched with my kid, but actually grew to really love, and I still think is really funny. Um, I went with Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob.
Yeah, I had her in my honorable mentions.
I love Sandy, and she's from Texas, and she's just so like she's so funny, and I love her accent, and she's like doggone it and yeehaw, and just like she's so cute and one of
and
my favorite characters in that show.
she's a woman in STEM too. She's an astronaut of some sort.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. She's a smart cookie. So
oh,
yeah,
that's an
I love
excellent
Sandy.
pick.
Thanks. So you said you had her honorable mention. Did you have
Yeah,
her,
on my
Kendra?
list of honorable mentions.
Nice.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, SpongeBob really grew on me, and it's just it's funny. I mean, so yeah. Okay.
Hilarious.
Josh, you're number four.
So for my number four, I have Tiana from Princess and the Frog.
Oh, good
Oh no,
choice.
did I pick your number one or something?
No, 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 no. I was
Oh,
just saying
okay.
good choice.
Yeah, no, I mean, one, it was one of the first African American Disney princesses. And so
Hmm.
that was wonderful to see that representation. And her, along with the, can't think of her name right now, but the girl from Tangled, it was the first couple
Rapunzel.
times that we saw. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rapunzel, duh. But it was the
Mandy Moore.
first
I was
few
like,
times that we got to see the princess be the one saving, versus the normal story of like, oh, Prince Charming comes and saves the princess. No, it was the guy's in trouble, and here's the
yeah,
princess showing that, hey, I don't need to be saved. I can save myself, and I can save you. And
that's a
so she
good
was awesome
choice.
in that movie. Plus that gumbo looked good.
Right? Yeah, it's always about the princes going around kissing princesses without their consent. So yeah, it's good to see something a little different.
Right? Gotta change it up.
Good one. I actually didn't have her, but that's a great choice.
No. No.
Cause okay, so I haven't seen that movie in a very long time. I watched it a few times with Abby, but doesn't she spend like most of the movie as a frog?
Yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
my issue. I
I
was
think
like,
that was my issue with
oh.
it. It's like you're gonna have your first basically first black princess and you're gonna make her be a frog for most of the movie. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think that's why they're like giving her Splash Mountain. Like it's gonna be like her like Tiana's Bayou, and then she's getting
Oh,
a series, which
that's
she
Right.
cool.
looks to be human in the whole thing. So that's cool.
Right.
And it's funny because hearing you guys say that explains something. So I've been waiting for forever. I'm like, we got all these live action remakes when they're remaking that, but that might be why they're hesitating because it's like, people didn't like that she was a frog the whole point, most of the movie.
Yeah.
I can't argue with it. Like, I've never heard that before, but what you guys say, it
Yeah.
strikes a chord.
It bummed me
Huh.
out. Like,
hmm I
um,
mean, Ray stole the show. The lightning bug, that was the heart of the
I
film.
love
Oh
that.
my god, I was in tears. That was I was like, I'd never even seen a lightning bug in real life yet, and I was
really?
like, I just moving
Oh,
to Virginia was the first time I saw him, and I was like 5-year-old
they're
child. This was
so freaking
amazing,
cool.
so
We
cool.
used to catch them in jars and stuff, and now I'm like, man, why would we do that to those bugs? But also, living in the South, you're sitting outside at night and in like June, and you just see, oh, so magical.
Mhm.
So CJ says you forgot Rapunzel's name. Don't embarrass us. CJ, you can't spell Rapunzel, so don't embarrass us there. Just kidding. I love
And
you.
CJ's been around me long enough. He knows about my forgetfulness. I be forgetting all kinds of stuff.
That's okay. We might talk about her again in a little bit. Um. Okay. Now, Kendra, what's your number four?
I'm gonna go Disney too. This was a hard one. It was between two of my favorite princesses, but I went Ariel because, like her, I'm a hoarder. I love the beach, and I totally understand. Like, I would leave everything for Prince Eric too, girl. Like,
Yeah.
I love it, and
Without
she's
ever
like my
having a
favorite
conversation with
singer.
him.
Yeah, just yes, like sure, sign it away, Ursula. Don't need to speak. But I also just that's like my favorite Disney movie. I love the music. I love her song. Oh,
So
and that's the live action that did it right. So
see,
That's
I
actually the first Disney movie I saw in theaters.
my
oh,
I'll mention my honorable mentions. My other one.
Mm.
I thought the live action Aladdin was really great. We saw it twice in the theater, and I've watched it a lot. I loved it, loved it. But
Mm.
okay, I know you don't really like it, so I'm like,
Mm-mm.
I figured you would have Ariel, so I didn't even write her down. And also, it's like watching it now. I'm like, I still love that movie so much, but also, King Triton wasn't wrong,
And
Yeah.
Triton got hotter as you get
right?
older. You're like, now, Eric, we have some
Give me
competition.
him, give me the dad all day.
He's got body.
CJ never
She
thought of Ariel as a hoarder.
Go back.
she had a cavern full of trash. She was
What's
on
that
Give me the
called?
stuff that it
Thingamajig.
needs.
hmm
Wouldn't you think of the girl who has She's like, look at this
Oh,
pork.
That's the hoarder's theme song.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
That is my favorite song from that movie, though. I break out in it all the time in like random places. One time we went to the Dallas Museum of Art. We were in the elevator, and yet it was like the elevator music version of it. And me and my
Mhm.
friend, we had been to dinner. We had a couple glasses of wine, and we just start singing it along. And the people in the elevator are like, because we can't sing, but how can you not? Like,
How do you not just join in? Like,
yeah, it's an anthem,
judgy people.
right? Okay, well, since my number four was Fiona, I am going to replace her with, and I really wish Dre was watching, um, Jessica Rabbit.
Hey!
So the hoarders theme.
Oh, gee.
Kendra, you crack me up.
But they're like,
I mean, it's so true, though.
it's my cat's old head. Like,
Look at this dingle hopper.
Dingle Hopper, I forgot about that. Oh, man.
And she was brushing her hair with the fork. You know how many times I did that after I saw that movie? I'm like, Mom, bring me a fork.
Oh, that poor,
Um,
poor lobster.
yes. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jessica Rabbit. I thought she was, obviously very, very sexy, very voluptuous. Sorry about that. What the hell is her name? Catherine. What is her name? Why am I all of a sudden forgetting her name? This is terrible. Getting old sucks, y'all.
Right?
My dad says Jessica. Now you're talking. Um, but yeah, she was also smart. I feel like, and she loved her bunny so much. Oh, how she loved Roger. I just thought they were the cutest. Even though she played patty cake, you were set up to take those pictures. What is her name? That's going to drive me insane. I loved her as Chandler's dad on Friends. But yeah, I had to go with Jessica Rabbit. Why not? She's sexy and amazing. Kathleen Turner. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there it is. Nah, I know how it is. Wow, dude.
Jingle hopper jingle.
Well done, CJ. Well done.
I mean, to be fair, I think that wasn't really a movie for kids. I think we know that now, but when we were kids, it was like we got to watch whatever we wanted. Well, I say we, like I'm older than you guys, but thank you, CJ. But yeah, I don't remember ever seeing boobs that big in an animated show before. I was like, whoa, unrealistic body expectations. Anyway.
Right?
But yeah.
And
Very
then
sexy.
here comes
Love
Disney and
her.
Pixar with like, yeah. Anyways,
Okay, what's your number 3, Josh?
so for my number 3, I went with another Disney character, not a princess though. I went with Kim Possible.
Oh,
If you want to
okay.
be sweet.
Yeah, that's still to this day my notification tone, and I love that show because not only do I love spy stuff, but to see Kim be this badass spy and then also dealing with all the high school stuff, it was just super cool to watch. And it was awesome because, once again, here's the female character that's the hero. And then her sidekick is Ron Stoppel, who's this goofy, lovable guy that can't really get anything right, and yet she still sees the good in him and sees like that, yeah, there's something that he does and brings to the table. And so I like that, and I was really happy that they got together because I was shipping them and waiting for that. And so I enjoyed that season a lot. But yeah, it's a great show. I liked it enough. I even watched the live action Disney version, which was not very good. But
The Adam Goldberg, the kid that plays Adam, he was the Unstoppable.
that was like the only like part of it that really, really, I was just like, and I like him in the Goldbergs, but I was just like, I don't know if he's okay for this role. But yeah, I like that show a lot. Toontastic will be doing Kim Possible at some point. Just don't know when. I gotta talk to CJ about that.
I've never seen it. So I think I've seen clips because I think my daughter watched it, but yeah, I've never really watched it that much. So
It's great, and I could have just as easily went with Shigogo from there. because
Um,
she's fantastic and fierce and pretty awesome as well.
yeah, go with the main character.
Exactly.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. Best Jessica
Yes.
Rabbit quote. Let's see, Jason. Disney and Pixar know their audience. Either they just stopped sucking on boobs or they want to start sucking on boobs.
Wow.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's the little kids and it's the teen boys.
hmm
Very nice. All right, Kendra, number 3.
I went with Babs Bunny from Tiny Toons.
Nice.
I feel like Looney Tunes, a lot of cartoons are really male centric, especially for like
Mhm.
comedy. Well, anything
hmm
with comedy. So Babs Bunny was like the first like kind of female you see. Well, I saw that was like funny in like a medium that was for me, not like I Love Lucy reruns that I watched, but Babs was physical just like Lucy, and just and she kept up with Buster, and she kind of owned the show just as much. That was my favorite sweater growing up too, was my little Babs Bunny one, and rabbit,
Oh,
Nice.
my favorite animal. So.
that's awesome.
Yeah, great pick.
It's so funny, like talking about that because we had that whole conversation in the group. Like, I get what you're saying about that being like one of the first ones, but I swear to God, I have always thought the Roadrunner was a girl.
They all
Oh, I
Oh
don't,
yeah.
and I guess I mean, who really knows? But for some reason, as a kid, I always thought the Roadrunner was a girl, and because I think even at that age, I knew girls were smarter than boys, and that coyote was just dumb. I was like, the Roadrunner's got to be a girl. She's like running laps around the sky. But yeah, that's a good choice. I liked that show a lot. Good one, good one. I didn't have her, but I did have Lola Bunny on my honorable mentions. See,
I did as well.
CJ agrees with me. Roadrunner is definitely a girl.
Now that you brought it up, I can't not see it. And I completely agree, but I'd never thought of it that way.
I don't think I thought of that one's gender just 'cause it didn't talk. So it was like,
Well, that's true.
I don't know,
Right.
just a bird.
But didn't she have like? Well, see, I'm gonna say she 'cause that's what I think. But I felt like didn't she have like eyelashes or something? Or am I imagining that?
I
It's
feel
been a
like I
while.
can see it going.
I think she
Yes,
did.
exactly. It's like
And then, like, running away.
the girl
hmm
skunks that Pepe Le Pew chases after. They've got the blinky eyelash
Oh
eyes.
wow.
Or maybe I just imagined that. Whatever. I just always thought she was a she. Okay, so for my number 3, I went with Lucy from Despicable Me 2 and whatever
Oh
else.
yes.
I love her. She's a spy, but she's so cute and endearing. I thought Kristen Wiig did the best job playing her. Um, I just randomly say this for no reason. I'm like, lipstick taser. Um,
I'm
and the way
surprised they
she
don't make
says,
those.
right. I love the way she says Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman? Um, so yeah, anyway, she's one of my I have another Despicable Me character on my honorable mentions, and I was trying to decide which one to use, but I love Lucy. I'm here all night. But yeah, anyway, I love her and Gru together, which is the cutest. So
Oh, they had intercourse. They're gonna have a baby.
thank you, CJ's a good pick. Yeah, I don't want to picture Gru having sex, but
Ooh.
Eek.
He did it.
I'm sure there's porn for that, unfortunately.
Oh,
Unfortunately, yeah.
of every like I remember going on Tumblr and like searching Alvin and the Chipmunks because I just wanted like something from the movie.
Oh, I bet
I
you
was like,
regret
oh
that.
my god, it's so
What
gross.
is wrong with people?
Like, oh come on. Like, where's the gif from the movie, guys? Like,
Where are the chipmunks?
yeah, I'm like, oh.
CHIPMUNK. Where are the chipmunks? Okay, sorry.
Oh, I love it.
Guaranteed to brighten your day. Sorry, I had to finish
Yeah.
it.
No, I'm glad you did. I'd have been upset.
So, like I said, I've been watching Big Bang Theory, and one of the episodes I saw today for the first time was where I guess Amy is trying to train Sheldon out of his like need for closure. And I
Uh-huh.
realized that I'm exactly like Sheldon. Like when she goes, I was like, oh my God, finish it, or I'm going to go crazy.
I
Oh,
think we all have those little bits of us that are kind of almost obsessive compulsive. Like me, when I change the channel on my TV or the volume, it can never be an odd number.
Mine has to be a
I always
zero
have
or
to do
a
even. Yeah, yeah. Like if it lands on a 17, I'll like sit there for a minute, but I'm like, nah, gotta go up or down.
that's a new one. I've never heard
yeah,
that
a
before.
0 or a 5. I can't have it on anything else.
Yeah. See, I'm
How
glad
do
I'm
you
not
hear
the only one.
anything at 0 or 5?
It has to be like in with a 0 or a 5.
Yeah,
Oh, I
25,
see what you're
20.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got it. I got it. Now that I think about it, I do that too. It has to be on like 15 or 20 or like interesting. Wow. You just opened a whole new door for me. Um I can only eat like small snacks and even numbers, like
Um,
M&Ms or Skittles or whatever. Like I'll eat two at a time or four at a time, but I can't eat like one or three.
mm,
mm.
Let's see. CJ says I have a bit of OCD too. Once it goes past 10, it has to be a multiple of 5. Okay.
All right.
And my dad said, I've never thought of that on volume. Yeah, I've never thought about it either, but I do it. I'm with you. If it's on like 17, I'm like,
yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's just an ugly number.
All right. I'm glad I'm not the
Have
only
you ever
one.
heard of
I
that?
feel
Like
better.
some people have like ugly birthdays. Like it just sounds wrong.
Ugly
Oh.
birthdays. Oh no.
I think
And,
yeah.
and CJ says I eat snacks in pairs. Yeah, if it's a small snack, I only eat them in twos or fours. Like I can't. Um, and all of my husband used to mess with me so bad when we were dating. All of my movies and CDs were alphabetized. And so he would like just randomly move one and I'd notice it immediately.
That's so foul,
And
but
he was like, why do you
hilarious.
do that? And I'm like, it just makes good sense. If you have 100 DVDs, are you going to look through all of them to try to figure
Yeah.
out the one you're looking for? Just alphabetize them. Like, I wonder what is wrong with some people. They're out there living these lawless lives, just throwing shit around like it doesn't matter. Like,
Hey, you're
Mine
assuming they don't have a system. Just
mine
because
is
it's not
like
alphabetized, don't mean they
5.
don't know where they are.
Yeah, mine are like I love like the top row the most, and then kind of grouped by that. For because I just don't use them enough, they're just in my office. But my books are color coordinated.
mine are too. Mine are too.
See,
And
mine's
I
I
did
just
rainbow
take it.
order. Is that what you did? Or
I
no?
had to be about because I have my like if it had like a colorful knickknack or pops that match it too, I'll
Yeah.
do like my knickknacks with it. So it's like whatever space
Gotcha.
I
Nice.
have.
Yeah, I did rainbow order, so but yeah, I'm with you on that. See, CJ agrees with me. Thank you. And don't even get me started on my clothes in my closet.
Color.
Separated by type and then by color.
What's a closet? I just have clean, dirty.
Sort of clean, sort of dirty. We don't really know.
Well, that's what the sniff test is for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's levels of clean. Oh man. Okay. See, we're all a little OCD. It's fine. Um, where are we? Number 2, Josh.
Mhm.
So, for my number two, I went with Garnet from Steven Universe.
Oh.
Because not only does she have just the most wonderful voice, I love it when she sings on the show, but she is just such a badass. Like, she's pretty much the leader of the team. And she just be whooping it up. And even when she does make a mistake, she's really quick to apologize. But the main thing I love about her is like she's just so supportive of Steven and what he does. You know, even when the other gems are like, "Oh no, I don't know, Steven," she just is sitting there with this big old smile. You know, plus she just has such a wonderful story of being two different people who have combined as one. That I'm gonna stop talking because I gotta save some stuff for Saturday. But she's fantastic.
Is that what you guys are doing on Toontastic next?
Yes, Saturday we're talking about Steven Universe,
Oh,
and we're gonna
nice.
have a good
Okay.
time. Oh yeah,
There you go. Yeah. See, I've never seen it. So,
I highly recommend it. It's tough to get past the first season because it's a little silly and it takes a minute to get good. But when it gets
okay.
good, it's one of those shows that like if I ever have kids beyond the one I have, like it's a necessary watch. Like you have to watch it because this is gonna teach you life lessons that you need to learn.
How many seasons is it?
5.
Okay,
But
that's
each
not bad.
episode, for the most part, is like 11 minutes. And if you ever
Oh,
do
that's not
watch it, you want to watch it on Max because Hulu only has 4 seasons and they're out of order.
bad. Isn't that
Oh,
annoying? I hate when they do
Super annoying, especially when you don't realize and you're already like 3 seasons in.
that. Okay. Oh, Kendra, what were you saying? Sorry.
I was like, why would you put them out of order? Like, what?
It was only one or two, and I have no idea, but thankfully I figured it out.
They're clearly
Well,
not
CJ figured it
OCD
out.
because, yeah.
Just throwing them on willy nilly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, when we did the TV characters that make us feel seen, Monica Geller was close to the top because I'm like, she's
Mm.
just, I'm so with her on like, if it's not a right angle, it's a wrong angle. And everything has to be facing like certain, like I have canisters that have little roosters on the top. Yes, I know I'm super like white and southern, but my husband will like if he makes biscuits and gravy and he puts the flour back, he just puts it on there all willy-nilly, and I'm like,
Oh no, they
well,
gotta face the right way
yeah,
all
why are
together.
they not all facing the same direction? Like, what is the matter with you? Does that bother you? He's like, no.
It should.
uh,
It should.
Like the only acceptable reason for them to be facing different directions is if there's two of them. Then they could look opposite ways or together.
okay, I guess that's kind of like bookends. I guess that's kind of fair, but no, there's three. They all
But
need to
yeah,
be
if there's
facing
Oh,
three,
the same way.
yeah.
absolutely.
CJ, why would you cuss us out? Is it because I haven't watched that show?
Canisters?
Or the canisters? Do you not like biscuits and gravy? Like, what did we say?
You don't like biscuits and gravy. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Oh
something's
no,
not
you
right.
should have spoke up so you could come on this episode if you wanted to be on here, CJ.
Well, I thought he had to work because CJ, I was actually going to invite you, but I thought you worked nights. So,
He's probably at work right now.
yeah. Okay, well, Kendra, what do you have for number two?
My number two comes from As Told by Ginger. It's a Nickelodeon show, like early 2000s. It's Miranda. She's kind of like the mean girl, but I love her. She's voiced by Cree Summers, so win-win there. If you don't know her, she's Susie Carmichael too. She's basically every black female cartoon of like the 90s and the 2000s. But
Nice.
Miranda is like a mean girl, but what I love is like she actually is like just a regular teenage girl who's insecure because like she has only one friend who's like the most popular girl, and when another girl kind of impedes that, that's when she gets super mean because she's scared to lose her only friend in the world. And I
Aw.
just love Maria. She's such a biatch, and I just love that energy she has. I wish I could be as fierce as her sometimes. But if you
I
haven't
bet you
watched
could.
Ginger, it is so
I
good. That
haven't.
is like Nickelodeon's best. It's like coming of age. It's not silly. There's some silly, but it's so good. It's just like a teen show. It's like a tween little, and really highlights a single mom. Ginger's mom's a single mom. It's one of my favorites. I love it.
Oh, that's nice.
I do like them cartoons about redheads too, because I like that
Yeah, I
one,
haven't
and
heard
I
of that
love
one.
Pepper Ann.
Oh, such a good theme. That theme song's amazing. He's a man. But
See,
yes,
I
Miranda.
don't watch. I don't watch a lot of like newer cartoons, so it's like, or I
This
mean,
one's
if it
not too new.
if it wasn't on in the it from like 2004 to 2010, then I probably, or before that, then I probably haven't seen it. Except
Mm.
for, I did start watching crap, Kendra. What's that show? The junior high one or middle school one
Oh,
that's
Big Mouth.
animated. Big
Big
Mouth.
Mouth.
Thank you. Big
Oh,
Mouth
Big
is
Mouth,
really
gotcha.
yeah. I do
Yeah.
like Big Mouth. Why does everybody love redheads? I don't. Ooh, red hair. They're so special. I'm just kidding.
Kissed
No,
by
they're not.
fire.
Gingers.
I guess yeah.
Unless you are Cartman, then they have no souls.
My best friend's a ginger, and we always tell you have no soul.
Yeah,
I like you,
one
little
of mine is
ginger.
too. Jen, she's
Mm.
been on the show a lot. Yeah, she's like 4'9" and red hair and very yeah. She's fiery. Um, that's the only thing my husband's ex-wife had on me is that she had red hair. Other than that, I'm
I
nicer than
mean,
her and prettier than her, but
he had
yeah.
nothing on you then,
She,
because I
she,
read her.
oh, but he loves redheads. Isla Fisher is like his number one on his list. And then
Yeah.
Angelina, which I luckily he started to lay off Angelina because I'm like, she's gross. You'd have to like triple bag it to be with her.
He's kind of like you were like a guy in the like 90s, 2000s,
Yo,
Angelina.
in the
You,
'90s
yeah,
though,
you have
she
to like grow
was
out of her. It's
like
like
amazing. But yeah, I
I've never
mean,
found her attractive, except in Mr. and Mrs. Smith when she wears that black outfit. I will say that she is very sexy there, but
I
and
like
when
her
she
in
was Laura Croft in Tomb Raider.
I like her in
yeah.
have you seen Foxfire? She's like more androgynous in that.
No, I haven't.
It's a good
As
movie.
I don't really like her acting very much, and I don't know. She's just not one of my favorites. Like there's movies that she's in that I'll watch because I like the movie, like Gone in 60 Seconds, or like George really likes Wanted. So Wanted, is that it? So
Mm-hmm.
we'll watch that. Um, I don't know. She also broke up Brad and Jen, and I don't care for that. And she's
Mm.
too skinny now. Well, yeah, maybe we're not gonna. I won't judge people or comment on that. But yeah, she's always been pretty skinny though. But
Yeah,
yeah.
she-
Okay. So my number two is my Disney pick, and I went with Rapunzel from Tangled. Tangled is one of my favorite Disney movies. So cute and so pretty, and she's just so fierce, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to cough. Mandy Moore did a great job and really bringing that character to life, and yeah, she's just one of my favorite princesses. So there you go. There was a
No,
lot of
she's great.
Disney's to pick from, but she's my favorite.
yeah.
Especially with her frying pan. Like I can't remember
Yes.
the name of it, but there's this like little game back in the day that Disney had, and they had this portal, and like you would put these little amiibo figures on the portal, and they go into the game. Oh, Disney Universe. But they had a Rapunzel character, and she had the frying pan. I remember running around hitting people with the frying pan. Like it was so fun.
Huh. Interesting. That would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, I love Rapunzel. I love Tangled. What? My dad
It's
says
good.
you've never watched Tangled. So, Dad, I will tell you, George likes it. If that gives you any indication, because he's not a. I felt bad for him because we didn't. He was like, "Is this going to be a musical?" And I was like, "Probably," but he actually really likes Tangled. So,
Yeah, Tangled
yeah,
was awesome.
Zachary Levi is just so great. Flynn
Mm-hmm.
Rider.
Oh,
He's getting
Zachary
on
Levi
my
is amazing.
Yeah.
he's getting on my nerve. That Harold, the he's gonna be Harold and Harold in the Purple Crayon. Like you're 50 years old. Why are you a giant baby? Like
Wait, he's
what?
playing Harold?
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
saw the trailer, but I don't remember him being the kid with the crayon.
He's in those purple pajamas.
That's him? He's
Mhm.
almost unrecognizable.
Yeah, yeah. And everyone's like, why
He's
is he
taking
playing
that
the
whole.
children?
That's weird.
It's yeah.
And he just plays Shazam. Huh.
Yeah. Which I thought he did a good job as
Oh, I
Shazam.
loved it. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. It's too bad The
But
Rock had to. Anyways, I'm not going to get into
Yeah.
that.
so my dad says, I haven't seen her in anything lately. I'm guessing you're talking about Angelina. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's got a lot on her plate with this
hmm
custody shit with her kids and Brad Pitt still kind of ongoing. And apparently, Brad may not be a very good guy or a good dad. So there's that.
Yeah. Lord.
Pretending to be a black mother running around hitting kids with frying pans.
Well, they didn't
Yeah.
have a character with an extension cord, so, I had to make do.
That's funny. Okay. All right. Well, we're down to number one. Josh, who you got for us?
All right. So, for my number one pick, I have to pull it up. Okay. Nah.
That's how great she was.
So I went with Storm from X Men and
Yeah.
X Men '97. I mean, she's probably my favorite female X Men character and one of the best female superheroes out there. And I feel
Yeah.
like especially in the X-Men animated series and in the new X-Men animated series, X-Men '97, they just portray her so amazingly. I mean, she's just so fierce, and she owns it. I mean, not only is she a super powerful mutant, but she's a god, and she owns the fact that like she's a goddess, and she owns the fact that she is a badass. And
For
all the
sure.
characters look up to her for advice. They look up to her for wisdom. And so, yeah, that is why I'm going with Storm.
And that's the one that Halle Berry played in the
Yeah.
real movies, right? Okay.
Yeah, with the white hair, and
Yeah.
except for oh, Halle Berry's portrayal of her in that movie. It wasn't terrible, but that line about the frogs or toads or whatever, so cringe.
I'm not a huge X-Men person. Like I've seen them, but I couldn't like recite them or tell you
Yeah.
anything special.
That's okay.
They were
I'm
just
watching
okay.
the anime, the 97,
Oh,
the
you
one.
watched '97? Oh, been so
Well,
good.
didn't see the first episode, saw the last like 5 minutes of the second, and I have watched the third this week.
Well, that third episode was fire, so you picked a good jumping in point.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Yeah, I like Storm.
Interesting. Okay. Good
And the
choice. Good
theme,
choice.
another great theme song.
Right? Though me and CJ were
Uh,
talking about it, and as good as it is, it just there's something missing from the original to this one. It doesn't slap
Yeah,
as hard.
yeah. The originally, I would just watch it for the theme song, and then I'd go to like
Right?
ABC or something. I'd be like, all right, time to go, and I'd go back for like Spider-Man theme song, and then I'd leave.
Yeah, buddy.
we need to do a top 5 cartoon theme songs.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd love to do that.
That would be so tough. But
I mean, I know the number one, but the other ones.
DuckTales. Woo!
Mm-mm.
No.
I think that'd probably be top five, but not my number one.
Yeah, that'd definitely be probably my top five. I love that DuckTales theme song.
Again, I'm a little older than you guys, so
I mean,
No, I remember I had DuckTales on VHS, and not like the VHS that was sold in the store, but like we would put in the tape to watch the episode and copy it over because they
yeah.
did the whole movie where they had Gizmo Duck, and then they took the money bank into space, and I had that whole like it was a 5 episode long thing on video, and I
Nice.
wore that tape out.
Okay, CJ says he's in for top 5 theme songs. Oh yeah, Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing
That
Duck's
was a good one.
Darkwing Duck,
There's
yeah,
so many good ones. I don't know. Ooh, that would be tough. All right.
that would be a hard one. If you do it, I am so in.
Okay. Well, we'll plan it. Oh yeah, my mind's already spinning. I'm like, oh,
All right.
let's go back to the Chipmunk song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay. Well, Kendra, what do you have for us?
my number one, it's Jane from Daria. It's always going to be
Mhm.
Jane from Daria. I love that. I
I
love
was
that
wondering where that was.
she's a misfit, but she also like doesn't want to be all out there. She does track, she dates, she like wants to be social, but on her terms. And I'd always like that because you don't have to be a social butterfly, but you don't have to be like a total biatch like Daria. Like you could be somewhere in the
Mm-hmm.
middle like Jane. And that's what I like. And she's artsy and she's just so cool. I just love her. Every time I wear my red jackets, I'm like, oh, Jane vibes. But
Oh,
yeah, I just love her.
Wasn't she supposed to get her own little show, like a spinoff or something? What
No,
happened to that?
Jody was the black girl.
Oh,
And
that's
Phyllis
Jody that was.
Ross, and it didn't go through. It plans fell through, so it's not going to happen.
Gotcha.
bummer. I love Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's fantastic.
Um, and CJ says Daria is such an underrated show. Yeah, Daria
It
was
really
good.
is.
I had a Daria poster. I had Ren and Stimpy and Daria and crap. What was the other one that was kind of like Ren and Stimpy but was
Two Stupid Dogs or Angry Beavers?
No, it's gonna be early. It's gonna be 90s.
early
Oh,
'90s, like
90s.
mid '90s.
Like
No,
Ren and Stimpy, but
Dexter?
now I can't
still
remember.
teen.
I could be
Maybe
crazy.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
No, that's like
No, maybe it was
later.
just Ren and Stimpy. Now I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
really? I don't know.
Rocco.
It it was mixed up with
Oh,
like
it
my
probably was
Luke
Rocco.
Perry posters, so you know. Yeah, I had a huge Ren and Stimpy poster. I remember. Okay.
Mhm.
That was the only cartoon that I ever was like, this is too much. I was like, this is too gross for me. Like all like the close ups and stuff, the things
Right?
I was like, oh no.
Yo, yeah, the way they close up and they, oh.
I just liked saying, "You idiot." Okay. Well, my number one is probably not going to be a surprise, at least to Kendra, because I've talked about it a million times, and I am going before the two of you were born. I might even believe. My number one is Jim and the Holograms,
Oh,
or
okay.
Jim. Well, Jim. I guess Jim is the
Jim
character.
from Jim and the Holograms, yeah.
Yeah, Jim slash Jerica. So yeah, I loved Jim so much. Like, I loved Barbie, but Jem was like Barbie, but with cooler outfits, and she could sing, and she could
Mhm.
shapeshift or hologram herself. To
Hmm.
She was like the original Hannah Montana.
True,
Oh,
true.
So I thought that show was super cool. I think it was only on for like 3 seasons, but I've always wanted to be Jem for Halloween. I might do that soon. I don't know. Anyway,
I
I
well,
loved her
if we
little
do,
magic sparkly earrings.
I have to find it, but at one of the LA Comic Cons, there was a really good cosplay of her. I have the picture somewhere, but I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Oh,
oh boy.
mhm.
CJ says, I thought I was the only one who remembered Jim. Nope, I remember Jim all the time, and she was even one of my draft picks recently. Um,
I
it
didn't
was
get
such
to
Yeah.
a
watch that show until like I was in my 20s because we didn't that one didn't repeat for us. Well, anything I had growing up, but so when they repeated it on some like cartoon channel in my 20s,
yeah,
I was like, this is amazing. I was like watching
yeah.
it nightly.
I would love to rewatch it. Actually, I should see if it's streaming.
We'll have to find out. We
Oh,
might have to do that for an episode of Toontastic and bring you on as our Toonspert.
I would love it.
Yeah.
So when we did our build our own female super
Yeah.
group, Jim was one of the
Yeah,
people.
that's right. You
Yeah,
did pick Jim.
like
Who
how can
picked
you not?
Josie? Was that you or
That
Kendra?
was Kendra.
Okay. So I
Why didn't you
remember
pick
Josie
Josie
got picked.
from Josie and the Pussycats? That was you.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, that was awesome. I may be, as soon as we're done, going to see where I can find Jim streaming.
I think
um,
Yeah.
what,
time.
Josh? What were your honorable mentions?
So I have Vanellope Von Sweets from Wreck It Ralph.
Oh, that
Oh,
movie makes me cry.
I
Oh,
Oh.
know.
yeah.
So good.
I had Velma from Scooby Doo.
I had her.
I have Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time. I have Supergirl
Nice.
from various DC cartoons and movies. And then I had Jane from Tarzan and Korra from The Legend of Korra.
Mm.
Okay. I don't know that one.
It was the follow up show to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay. That would
Yeah.
be why I didn't watch that either. Kendra?
I had Lisa Simpson, Belle
Or
from Beauty and the Beast.
yeah,
That
Belle.
was the first movie I saw in theaters.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
I always had like
can't believe Lisa didn't make your top five.
I mean, I remember she's kind of like I think above animated at this point. She kind of
Yeah.
like she's like a real person at this point. She's just been around so long. I had Reggie Rocket from Rocket Power and Susan
Mm,
Carmichael from Rugrats, and my last one was Miss
yes.
Frizzle from the Magic School Bus.
Nice.
Nice.
Good one. Good one.
Very big on children's television needs to be brought back in full force. Absolutely hate the YouTube generation of just like with the ads and everything. Like they just need to sit down. They need a Steve. They
Yeah.
need a Mr. Rogers. They need that.
Saturday morning, get up with your bowl of cereal or your Pop Tarts or your toast.
Not
Yeah.
your
Like,
tablet, just like playing Roblox. Like learn something. Have like
yeah.
Hmm.
something of your own pop culture, not just what we had. Because the little kid, this child has told me every day for the past weeks he's being Michael Myers for Halloween, which is adorable.
I love that.
And that he has his knife already. But I'm like, you need something that's yours. But it is cute that yes, every day
I
he's so
mean,
excited.
little kids dressed up as horror characters is like one of my favorite things. I
They
just think it's
all
adorable.
remember I'm pre-K. Pennywise is so popular with these children.
It's so
Wow,
weird. Like, what happened to like
terrifying.
Ninja Turtles and like Batman and Superman? Like, I'm not hating on it 'cause, it's hilarious to see, but you're right. Things have changed.
I was like, Pennywise? I wouldn't watch Chucky till I was like a teenager. Like, mm.
And see, I dressed up as those things you just mentioned as an adult. Like, since I've lived here, because I have a Halloween party every year, I've been a Ninja Turtle, I've been Batgirl, I've been Wonder Woman, I've been a Minion. Like,
Nice.
I'm dressed up as all the kids shit. I've been a Ghostbuster. I was a Ghostbuster, and my husband was Stay Puffed. It was pretty cool.
Well,
Oh, that's awesome.
there was a lot of people dressed up when I went and saw it last week, and it was very cute. From like adults to little kids, and like one little boy had a
Yeah.
Slimer. He was like running
Ah,
around with
so
it. It was
cute.
cute.
CJ says he's probably never seen the first Halloween movie. So, CJ, I don't
Freaking a
Yo,
know.
freaking poser.
Yeah.
that's
Um,
hilarious.
CJ, I don't know if you know one of our draft topics for next week, but Harvey picked if all the people in the network came with a warning label, what would it say? And you can bet your little bottom that my choice for you is going to have something to do with Halloween. Like, warning, this guy has horrible taste in horror movies or something.
No taste. No taste found. He had COVID. No taste.
Exactly. So I had Miss Piggy from Muppet Babies.
Nice. I'm
And then
surprised she didn't make your list when you were
it
like Kendra knows. I thought you were
close,
gonna say Miss Piggy.
very close, very close. Well, it's funny because we did me and Kendra and Shanna the top 5 TV characters that make us feel seen, and one of hers was Lisa Simpson, and one of mine was Miss Piggy. So I feel like we're both kind of in that. You know,
Okay.
we're to leave them off because we just talked about them.
Right. That makes sense.
I had Lola Bunny, Jasmine, Shira, which another
Ooh,
super old one.
Shira.
Elastigirl,
Mm-hmm.
Lois Griffin, and I had so the other one I had from Despicable Me was Margot,
Okay.
the oldest daughter. I loved her, so she was
Yeah,
just
Margot's
so
great.
cute. And I had Lucy Van Pelt from Peanuts. I know she's kind of a bee, but she knows what she wants.
Oh yeah, and I mean that bit is still being copied by other cartoons of her taking the football and.
Yeah. Well, and I love in the Christmas one where she's like, giving Charlie Brown, you know, therapy, and she's like, I understand what you mean about Christmas and all this stuff. I never get what I really want. All I ever get is a bunch of toys or a bike or blah blah blah. And he's like, what do you really want? And she's like, real estate.
Real estate. That's great.
Oh, Lucy should be in the top 5 villain list. Hey, she is just a strong woman who knows what she wants.
It's not
And
her
yeah,
fault. Charlie fell for it every time.
yeah. It's not her fault he's stupid. All right, nobody likes the Lucy choice apparently.
And then I sent both of you in our little group chat that we have a video about Garnett so you can see who it was that I was talking
Okay.
about. I think you guys pretty much know everybody else that I mentioned.
I know Garnet. I had to watch
Okay, well,
it.
yeah, you did
I
watch the
know.
first
I
season,
know.
right?
It's okay.
Okay.
I'll let
That's
that
Yeah, I
go.
right.
love
Yeah,
that.
you
I
told me
got
that you
rock.
watched the first season.
I gotta rock's the funniest
I
thing.
know. I got a
I
rock.
got rock.
I have so I recently sold a bunch of our pop figures. So we had a store called Hastings. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but they had movies and music and whatever, and they had pop figures, and they went out of business. So they had them in Oklahoma. So we went. Somehow we were on this kick that I had been collecting pops before I met my husband, just like a few, and then he was like, "Oh, we should get more of these." Well, we went crazy, and we had like by this time like 200. So anyway, we sold a bunch of them, and I was like, we have to be very very careful about the ones we keep. Like they have to be very special to us. Um, and one of those sets that I kept was I got the Halloween. The Great Pumpkin versions. So
Hmm.
I've got Charlie Brown in that like sheet with all the holes in it, with his bag and a rock,
Oh wow,
and
that's
like Lucy
hilarious.
dressed as a witch, and like they're super cute. Like, I
Is
got
that one of the
rock.
ones you guys kept?
Yes, no, I kept.
Nice.
I kept Lucy does know how to love. Yeah, she knows. She knows what's up. I kept all of my friends' pops. I kept all of my horror pops, and I kept all of my Charlie Brown pops. So I ended
Nice.
up, and I kept my Wonder Woman Invisible Jet because I just couldn't bear to part with it. But yeah. Thanks, CJ. Thank you for watching. Thanks for
Thank you.
being a part and commenting along with us. So yeah, this was fun. Josh, you want to talk about Toontastic Journeys? What's coming up? Where to find it?
Yeah, yeah. So I host, along with my buddy CJ, who's been commenting, a podcast called Toontastic Journeys, and it's all about recapturing that nostalgia of Saturday morning cartoons in your childhood. Um, so we cover everything from old cartoons to the new, and we are doing a newer cartoon. This Saturday, we're dropping the episode. We're going to talk about the cartoon Steven Universe. If you haven't seen it, check it out on HBO. Well, nobody calls it HBO Max anymore. Max. Um,
I still call it
but
HBO.
I do too. But no, it's a great show. Coming of age story that has a nice little sci-fi bent to it. It's a musical as well, which makes it amazing. Good action, good storyline, amazing character development. And hear more from us on Saturday as we break everything down. You can also catch me on Fridays on Season to Season in the Master Bears Bracket Review podcast.
Sweet. Kendra, talk about
Yeah.
Crushgasm.
Crushgasm podcast where my guests come through and they talk about a crush they've had in their life, whether from elementary school or the CW, like Josh talked about. Um, we have his episodes up now. In a couple of weeks, we'll have Shanna talking about Pedro Pascal, everyone's boyfriend apparently right now. He's the world loves him. And then, yeah, go to crushgasmpodcast.com. And then I also write, and you can go to kendrawritestuff.com to find all my articles, like the most iconic hair moments in cinema history.
I have to
Yeah,
check that
thanks
one
for
out.
having me.
Oh yeah, I might have to come back on again one day so we can talk about my very first crush.
Ooh.
I love the first crush.
Yeah. Oh man, I love talking about crushes. So yeah, Sipless. We're like I said, finishing up Women's History Month. I don't really know what's coming up in April. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I will say next week I had Danny and PJ from Wine Time with a Gay and a Gal, and we did our top 5 most relatable Taylor Swift songs. So
Oh.
that that will be and that was a good one. It was a good talk. She's got some real relatable lyrics if you get past the super catchy pop tunes that people like to give her shit for, which I still like. But
Nuh-uh. I feel like 22. That's like
yeah,
I
me
fucking love that
too.
song. So
22
good.
is so much fun. It's just
I,
like,
there
yeah,
was like a LA Times art like writer asked like what's your like go-to karaoke songs. It's like Taylor after a couple like 22 after a couple drinks for
yeah,
sure. Like I love it.
yeah. It's just a really fun song, and it's catchy and poppy and whatever, but it's just fun. It's like Shake It Off. It's like I don't care if you think it's too mainstream. It's fun, but her catalog goes a lot deeper than that, and especially when you get into her newer stuff, like that girl's a fucking poet. So yeah, we get into that, and it's a good
Yeah,
episode.
anybody who has to act like they don't shimmy to that song when they're by themselves listening to it is lying.
Yeah, how do you not like? You got the
Mm-hmm.
claps because the player's gonna play, play, play,
Exactly.
play. Okay, sorry.
Like
All
I had
clap.
me a little mini dance party this morning at work. I was listening to a little playlist. Had to stand up
Nice.
and dance for a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that. So, well, thank you guys so much for being here. This was a lot of fun, and thanks for celebrating Women's History Month. Um, everybody listening, watching, if you know a woman, love a woman, show her some appreciation, give her a pat on the back, give her a cuddle, a hug, or do something nice for her to show that you appreciate her. And yeah, in the meantime, have a great day and a great week. And when life gets tough, just keep sipping. Goodbye.